And good Saturday evening to you, everybody. Hello, Carson Meredith with you on this Saturday night. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good weekend so far. I hope you have stayed cool this week. I wish I had a nice cool down to talk about. 70s, sunny, no rain. But it's not that time of year, is it? It is summer. It is here. Summer solstice was on Thursday, and there is maybe a tiny cool down, a couple of little cool downs to talk about in the 10-day, but not a whole lot. The heat will be storyline number 1, and the storm chances will be storyline number 2. Got a couple of storm chances we're actually tracking for you, one of which is tomorrow, the other of which is Wednesday, mainly Wednesday, and that is what we will discuss tonight. As always, if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, or concerns, let me know in the comment sections on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I think you can post some comments on Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever they call it these days. Weather Geek says, good evening, baking a meatloaf in my mailbox outside. Meatloaf, eggs, whatever. You could probably cook some things out there today and this evening, that's for sure. Angela says, evening. Hopefully all is well with you, Angela. Let's see. Truly King on YouTube says, this heat got me sleeping downstairs. It's hot upstairs in my house, right? Yeah, that heat rises. Of course, that means the upstairs rooms are going to be hotter. Here's a tip, by the way. I've learned this. I learned it when I was a kid at my parents' house. Not a bad idea to close the doors of your upstairs bedrooms. That kind of keeps the cool air-conditioned air circulating in the room so it doesn't get too terribly hot. Might help. But yeah, definitely not a bad idea to sleep downstairs where it is cooler. That is for sure. Cindy, yep. Hot. That's it. That is it for sure. Ada on Twitter, hope I'm saying that right. Twitter, X, whatever they call it, says, good evening. Michelle is ready for a break. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a heat break to talk about. Excuse me. I got a couple little cool downs to discuss, but that's about all we're going to get. It looks like as we close out June and head into July, if you can believe that. All right, let's get into it. But before we dive into the forecast, in case you missed it, we made a pretty big announcement on Friday. We have partnered with Escape Theaters here in town. There's a couple of them, one of which is out on Blake and Baker in the East End. And the other is in Jeffersonville. And we have partnered with our friends over there to give you a chance to win pre-premiere tickets to the new Twisters movie that's coming out in July. A lot of you probably remember the classic with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt back in the 90s. 96 it was, I believe it came out. Well, the sequel is almost here. It comes out July 19th to all theaters nationwide. But if you are a weather weenie, if you love the weather, if you love Twister, the original, and you want to see Twisters, the sequel, here's your chance to see it a couple days early. All right? So here's what you need to do. Scan that QR code. Take a screenshot of it on another device or whatever you got to do. I'll leave it up here for a second. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to wave3.com. It'll take you to our contest page. And you can sign up to win 2 tickets to see the Twisters movie, pre-premiere. And those 2 tickets, by the way, they also come with free popcorn and a free drink for each of those tickets, all right? Pretty good deal. We've had a lot of people sign up already, a lot, all right? And there's a very small number of tickets available at each theater. So you want to get in the game? Better sign up now. Scan that QR code. It is totally free to sign up. We're not going to make you pay for anything, all right? We'll ask you which theater you'd prefer and get all your contact info so we can let you know if you do win. But sign up. Sign up. We'll draw the winners coming up here in a few weeks. So you got some time, but why wait? Sign up now. Or go to wave3.com/contest to sign up. Really, really cool thing we're doing here with our friends at Escape Theaters. The one on Blake and Baker, the one on Jeffersonville, or in Jeffersonville. You can pick which one you want to go to. Sign up. You might win those 2 tickets. And the pre-premiere is on Wednesday, July 17th. So the movie comes out to the whole nation on the 19th. That's a Friday. But if you want to see the pre-premiere, that'll be on a Wednesday evening, July 17th. Brian Good and myself will be out live at the Blake and Baker Theater that evening. And Ryan Hoke and Tawana Andrew will be out at the Jeffersonville Escape Theater. So you can meet us, say hello, and of course you can get an early look at that new movie. Should be a good one. Coming out here in July. So sign up. Totally free. All right. Let's see. SBC on YouTube says, I have the original on DVD. I think I do too, or I used to. Hopefully I still have it. I got to find it. But yeah, an oldie but a goodie, right? Ashley says, I have my fingers crossed. I want them so bad. Yeah, I know, Ashley, you signed up already. Guys, we've had a lot of people sign up, and the contest has only been live since 11 a.m. yesterday, I think. So make sure you sign up too. We're going to have a lot of people signing up over the next few weeks. So we're going to remind you about that a lot in the weeks to come. But it should be a great time coming up here in July. Let's talk about what's happening here on June 22nd. Random little factoid that I just remembered about June 22nd. It was on this day in 2011 that we had a mini tornado outbreak in Louisville. Do you remember that? I sure do. It was summer, obviously. I was going into my freshman year at Male High School, I believe. And it was a low-end risk, maybe a few strong storms, not a big deal, and boom, little mesoscale boundary set up right over the metro. We had these little mini supercells basically go off, dropped 4 tornadoes, caused some damage at Churchill Downs on the backside. Yeah, that was pretty wild. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. June 22nd, 2011, Louisville tornadoes. Google something like that, and you might be surprised what you find out. It was a very interesting night, that's for sure. Nothing like that tonight. Nothing like that at all. That's a live view of Bardstown, of course, on our SkyTrack camera. It is still hot. Still. You don't need me to tell you that, but I'll tell you anyway. 93 is our current temperature at Louisville International Airport. We got up to 96 today, which ties Monday, I believe, as the hottest day so far in this heat wave. The heat index peaked at around 101. So same old, guys, unfortunately. And it feels like 95 degrees out there still with that heat index. Dew points in the mid 60s. So, oh yeah, it's definitely humid, soupy air you can wear. The second you walk outside, you start sweating. I hate it. Do not like this time of year, but it is what it is. But as we look ahead, this heat's not really going anywhere, guys. This is what it feels like across all of wave country. I mentioned we here in Louisville saw that heat index peak around 101 today. Look at Tell City. Anybody from Perry County in the house? Feels like 105 in Tell City at the moment. Feels like 93 in E-Town, 90 in Mumfordville and Litchfield, 95 as that feels like temperature in Lebanon. Excuse me. Yeah, it's still pretty blah out there, right? And this trend is really going to continue for quite some time. At least we've had some decent sunshine. Of course, the sunshine gets things a little too hot, but we haven't had a whole lot of rain today. Some of you, though, have seen some downpours, especially across central Kentucky. I'll give you a look at radar here in a second. Kentucky Mesonet cameras showing that mix of sun and clouds. It's 88 in Bullitt and Oldham County, 90 in Carroll County, and 86 in Taylor County. Still very, very warm if you got any Saturday evening plans out there. Let's see. Go to the comments. Been a minute. Joe says, ready for rain. How much rain has fallen in Louisville so far this month? Good question, Joe. We have seen 0.49 inches of rain. So just under a half inch of rain for the whole month of June. And that rainfall was in the first 5 days of the month. Now, there was that big downpour last Friday, I think. It was about a week ago that went through the Highlands, Fern Creek, Glen Mary, Hillview, yes, that was a good downpour for you guys that live in that part of town, but at the airport, it really didn't rain a drop. So technically, the official measurements at Louisville International Airport didn't see anything that day. So we've gone 16, 17 days now without any measurable rain at Ollie International. So less than a half inch so far this month. We've got some rain on the way, but it's not going to be enough. We'll take what we can get, but we're heading into a drought, guys. Just fair warning. It's not looking good. David says, good evening from Sellersburg. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you, David. Very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. Love being home. Good to be home. Ashley says, long time no see, it feels. Yeah, I guess you're talking about the rain, Ashley, because that is definitely a long time no see. Joseph says, is Wednesday looking severe? No, it's not. Not huge severe. You know, you might get some of these storms that bubble up and briefly go severe for gusty winds, but not an outbreak at all. But we do have to focus on tomorrow first because there's still a low-end chance for a couple of stronger storms tomorrow too, in addition to Wednesday. Neither of them should be a huge concern, but we'll watch them. Let's see. Cindy says, need rain. My flowers are screaming for rain. Yeah, I bet they are. I saw the original Twister during science class. Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good one back in the day. That sure was. Shonda says she remembers that tornado outbreak in 2011 on this day. Tornado touchdown near the stadium. Yeah, near Cardinal Stadium. It hit the backside of Churchill Downs, and I think it crossed the parking lot right outside Cardinal Stadium or L&N Stadium, whatever they call it now. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy night. There was a tornado 2 miles from my parents' house that night, so it was a surprise outbreak, that's for sure. Any severe storms, Savannah asked, on Wednesday? No, not many. A couple of gusty storms, but that's it. There does not appear to be a tornado threat at this point. Angela says, didn't want to heat up the kitchen tonight. Good call. So we grilled a chicken and corn on the cob for dinner. Man, that sounds good. I haven't had dinner yet, so that sounds really, really, really good. Brenda says, good evening, Carson from New Albany. Getting anxious about this next electric bill. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. We actually posted on the Wave Weather Facebook page on all of our social platforms today, asking the question, what is your AC temperature set on? Chime in on the comment section here. What is your AC set on? I'll tell you my preference here in a little bit, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first. Because, that electric bill is not going to be fun here at the end of the month. Hang on, got a spammer. I've had to knock out 4 or 5 of these guys tonight. Let's get rid of that. Come on. All right. Here's a look at radar. And let me put it into motion, actually, over the last few hours. Because if you look closely, there is some downpour action right in here, west of E-Town, around 6 o'clock this evening. There was a few little showers in Bullitt County, too. And, we had that 10% chance today for these random little downpours because it's so hot and so humid. You guys know the drill. And for the most part, that verified. A lot of us stayed dry, but as we zoom in on the Shelby-Franklin County line, got a good little downpour moving towards the state capitol. No lightning. And a lot of these downpours today, they bubbled up. They've lasted for maybe 30 minutes, if that, and they fizzle right out. And I do expect that trend to continue this evening. Most of these should be gone in the next hour or so as the sun goes down. Still a couple of little showers across Hart County, right along I-65 near the Bonneville exit. Just kind of scanning the radar here. A few more sprinkles on the Green-Taylor County line. That's near the Bloyd community, north of Summersville. A couple of sprinkles near Lebanon, south of Lebanon, and Marion County. So you get the idea. Just kind of this tiny little smattering of showers and even a couple of downpours. Let's say through about sunset, and then we should be good to go for this evening. It's only a 10% chance as expected. Sorry, I had to block another spammer. Most of us, if not all of us, will stay dry this evening. Let's give you a big picture view. Look what's happening up to the north tonight. Wisconsin is the center of the weather universe right now. You got a tornado watch for eastern Iowa, southwest Wisconsin, close to Madison, Wisconsin. Numerous severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings up there this evening. Also have had a few severe thunderstorm warnings in New York and Pennsylvania and Connecticut today. They had a tornado warning near where the PGA Tour is at this weekend. They're somewhere up there in Connecticut, and they had to stop play, as you might expect, with a tornadic storm nearby. So this system is what is going to give us our shower and storm chances tomorrow. But let's be very clear, okay? The ingredients for severe weather are not impressive at all tomorrow here at home. They could have some bad weather in New England tomorrow. In fact, there's an enhanced risk for severe weather tomorrow in New Hampshire and Vermont. You never hear about New Hampshire and Vermont, it seems like, when it comes to severe weather, but that will be the case tomorrow. Now, as this cold front, weak as it may be, moves to the south and east overnight tonight and into early Sunday, that'll give us our chance for maybe a few showers in the morning, then that potential for a few storms Sunday afternoon. And that's our first focus in the long-term forecast. My goodness. These spammers are out of control tonight. Wow. All right. So for tonight, 78's our forecast low, warm, muggy. You know, this is the problem with this kind of heat, guys, is we just don't get much relief at night, right? It's still so incredibly warm and muggy. 78, I mean, the AC is going to be running all night, right? So not a whole lot of relief this evening. 10% chance for those stray showers arriving around 4 or 5 a.m. But it looks more so that we won't see much in the way of any rain until past sunrise tomorrow morning. Here's that breakdown. So there's basically two windows I want you to pay attention to. There's the first one, around 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. This should not be a big deal, but those storms I just showed you up in Wisconsin, what's left of them is going to be moving into wave country near sunrise tomorrow morning. And they're going to weaken very quickly as they move south and east tonight. So all we're expecting for that first little round tomorrow morning is light showers. And I think the higher rain chances tomorrow morning will be in southern Indiana. Okay? We'll get a little break around midday, 11 a.m., noon, 1 o'clock. And then the second round comes in or tries to get going in the afternoon. Let's say between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. We'll have to watch for more scattered showers and storms between that 2 to 8 o'clock time frame, mainly in Kentucky. So if you're in southern Indiana, your best shot is going to be showers in the morning. You're not going to see much in the afternoon. For Kentucky, it's the opposite. Not a whole lot in the morning, scattered showers and storms in the afternoon. Hope that makes sense for you. And while you kind of digest those storm chances, I will look through more of those comments. Let's see. Savannah says, I hope there's no more severe weather the rest of the year. I'm with you. I am totally with you. But we'll have more. You know, the second severe weather season is always in the fall, so we'll see an uptick there. And we could always see a few stronger storms this time of year. We could see a few stronger storms tomorrow. All right, here's some of those AC numbers. 73, 71, 73, 75 to 80, Shauna says, and use a fan. All right, well, if you use a fan, that makes sense. Weather Geek says 73. Angela, 62. Oh, man. Wow. Native Texan. Well, that makes sense. You guys definitely need the AC down in the Lone Star State, that's for sure. 73, 75, unless the air temperature goes above 95. That's smart, Susan. Really thinking it through there. Well done. Let's see. All right, so that's what everybody says about their AC. Somebody asking on YouTube, is it safe to go fishing around noon tomorrow? Yeah, you'll be fine. There could be a few light showers around, but it's really not until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon when those storm chances start to go up just a little bit. Danny on Twitter, X, says 72. I usually keep mine on 70 year round, heat or AC. It's not the best when it comes to the bill, but comfort is king, if you ask me. All right, here's Futurecast for tomorrow. This is 7 a.m. You've got a few showers, as mentioned, moving into southern Indiana. What's left of that cluster of storms that's up in Wisconsin right now. It'll move in tomorrow morning as just a few showers. That is it, nothing else. And notice how these showers kind of fizzle out by 10 or 11 a.m. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so 10 or 11 o'clock, not a whole lot going on. A couple sprinkles still, not a whole lot. You do notice the temperatures by midday are, compared to the last few days, a little bit slower to warm up, mid-80s by midday. But I do expect us to rebound into the low, maybe mid-90s tomorrow afternoon. And you'll see why here in a second. Let's keep going. Here's 2 o'clock. It doesn't look too terribly impressive, I know. But as this cold front continues to meander to the south, you see more of these showers and storms try to develop south of the Ohio River. And what we'll have to see tomorrow is if the atmosphere can kind of ramp itself back up for a few of these storms to pack a little punch. Heavy rain and lightning is the main issue, but there could be just enough fuel for some gusty straight line winds. The tornado threat's not there. It's just not. You know, I guess you can never totally entirely rule it out, right? But there's just not much of a tornado threat. This looks like a straight line gusty wind potential with any of these stronger storms. And it's not a guarantee that these storms you're seeing on Futurecast will get strong or get severe. It's also not one of those days where you need to cancel your plans. Okay, so just have the Wave Weather app handy. You'll get a notification on your phone that says, hey, lightning in the area, head inside. Or, hey, there's a severe thunderstorm warning. Then you can head inside. But if you got any plans tomorrow, don't cancel them. Just keep an eye on the skies. Keep an eye on the Wave Weather app. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You see some of those potentially stronger storms, mainly south of the Parkway. So I think if you're down near Litchfield, E-Town, Bardstown, Lebanon, Campbellsville, Greensburg, Mumfordville, Columbia. If you live anywhere in those parts, I think you've got the better chance to maybe see a couple of stronger storms. Heavy rain, lightning, some gusty wind. This front will quickly push to the south and east, and you see how the clouds quickly clear out tomorrow evening. So even though this cold front is moving through, it will be a cold front in name only. Look at these temperatures around 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Yeah, back into the low 90s. So that's why I got the forecast high around 92 to 94, depending on where you are tomorrow afternoon. We'll still heat up even as this cold front pushes through. So this is 6 o'clock. Last of the storms in our far southeastern counties, Green, Taylor, Adair. And I think we're done with this by 8 o'clock. You notice by 11 o'clock in the evening, we've got mostly clear skies, still warm, maybe a touch less muggy, but not a whole lot. But any storm potential is gone by, I'd say, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. So again, not a huge severe weather threat. The better ingredients for severe weather is way up to our north and east, like we mentioned, up near Vermont, New Hampshire. You do see a level 2 slight risk. Includes southern Ohio, clips the mountains of eastern Kentucky, but pretty much all of wave country is in that green marginal risk. So that's a level 1 risk out of 5. It's the lowest severe weather risk you can have. And like I mentioned, I think the better potential for a couple of storms to have some gusty wind will be across central and southern Kentucky, south of Louisville. All right. So again, don't cancel your plans tomorrow. Just have the Wave Weather app handy, and you'll be good to go for your Sunday. Shonda says, I haven't figured out the ambient temperature thing yet. Yeah, where Susan was talking about, you try to figure out how to match it up with the ambient temperature, keep it in that 20-degree range. I get it. That saves you money, but I just keep it on 70. Just keep it nice and comfortable. Savannah, I went out walking today, really hot, got burned, got lightheaded. Yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Even though it's not heat advisory levels for this heat, you still need to take it easy, okay? So, Savannah, glad you're okay. Just take it easy out there as this heat rolls on. Susan says, my cousin owns an HVAC company. Taught you to do that. There you go. Nice. Heat pumps only drop the temp 20 degrees. They'll still remove most of the humidity, which is good, right? So some good tips from Susan tonight. Yeah. Check out the comments. She's got some good tips for us from her cousin HVAC friend. Very good. See, Ada says it sounds good. We just need a good soaking rain, and that doesn't look to happen, Danny says. Yeah. Very scattered tomorrow. So it's a 40% chance, but that means there's a 60% chance that you're going to stay dry, I'm afraid. So not everybody is going to see that rain tomorrow. Not everybody's going to see those storms tomorrow. Shonda bought a fan setting for an ambient temperature. There you go. Whatever we got to do, right, to stay cool and try to save a few bucks, right? All right, here comes the 10-day. Now, we mentioned, we've talked about tomorrow's storm chances, and we've also talked about the fact that there's hardly a cool down at all. 96 today. I do think we'll recover to around 92, 93 tomorrow evening as the storms push south. We get mostly clear skies, still 2-3 hours of sunlight left. Yeah, I think 93 is on the table. You notice on Monday, dry, still hot, 94. Look at Tuesday, 98. 98. Not fun. Not fun at all. Now, there may be a slight drop in humidity with tomorrow's cold front. It won't last long because as we get into Tuesday, let me take this full screen so you can see it better. Those little red bubbles you see are the peak heat index numbers on Tuesday. And I think Tuesday may pose the hottest potential we've had with this heat wave. Highs in the mid to upper 90s easily, especially if you live west of Louisville, with those heat index numbers as high as 102. Now, heat advisory criteria is 105. So again, technically, we're not going to be in that heat advisory territory on Tuesday, but you still got to take it easy. Not only is this the first big heat wave of the season, but it's also been a long heat wave. We're on day 7 of this heat, and it's going to keep going. And the longer it goes, the more it's going to wear us out. So really take it easy, especially on Tuesday. That looks like it could be the hottest day we've seen so far at 98. Looking ahead to Wednesday, that's our next storm chance once we get past tomorrow. And I think this system gives us a little more hope for better rain chances. Is it going to be a good gully washer? I don't think so. But this cold front will be stronger. It's going to have more moisture with it. It's going to have a higher coverage of showers and storms. Right now, I'm keeping the chance at 40% just because I need to see more clarity on the timing and the coverage of those showers and storms. But that rain chance may get bumped up for Wednesday as we get closer. But you see pretty decent chance for at least some showers and some storms. Wednesday is going to be a lot like tomorrow, where a few storms may have gusty, severe winds, maybe a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings on Wednesday too. But I don't see a huge severe weather episode. All right, so take comfort in that. Tornado risk is not there at this point either for Wednesday. And as this front moves in, you got a ridge of high pressure that tries to briefly take control as we get into Thursday and Friday, and that will cool us down into the 80s. That's all we can do, unfortunately. But you know what? We'll take what we can get. We will take what we can get. 88 Wednesday, 88 Thursday, and then the indications are that next weekend gets hot again, around the mid-90s. There could be another system next Saturday and Sunday. that might have some more showers and storms. A lot of iffiness with that, a lot of uncertainty with the timing of that. So we're just going to keep the rain chance at 20% for next weekend at the moment, but that could still change. Just something to keep in mind. So that is where we stand, everybody. If you have any questions before we sign off, please let me know. Don't want to leave anybody out. Again, low end chance for a couple of stronger storms tomorrow afternoon in Kentucky, central and southern Kentucky in particular. So if you live south of Louisville, watch out for heavy rain, lightning, gusty winds. Severe threat is low, but it's still there. So keep the wave weather app handy. You're going to be out and about. And we don't really see much of a cool down after tomorrow's system. Get up to 98 Tuesday. And if we see any kind of cool down over the next 10 days, it's going to be Wednesday and Thursday with that next cold front that moves in. Summer and wave country. That's all you can say. Just remember to take it easy as you're out and about. Keep the water handy. Take plenty of breaks. I said it last week. I'll keep saying it. The shade is an option, but it's not the ideal option. If you can get somewhere inside where it's in the AC, that's good, if you possibly can. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for your conversation about AC tips, how to save some cash, and how you stay cool and all that good stuff. Hopefully you can get near a pool tomorrow. Stay nice and cool in that water. And hopefully we'll see this heat break at some point. We're way ahead of the pace from last year when it comes to whoa, there's that spam. Sorry. Goodness. So hopefully we can get into a position where we're not in the 90s every single day, but the trend definitely looks warm. Danny's got one last thought before we go. Days in the 90s this summer, I bet we get close, if not break the record. Yeah, the record was set back in 2010. We had 55 days, 90 or above in 2010. And we are on day 9 today. We're way ahead of pace from last year. We're going to blow last year out of the water. So we'll see, especially as we get later in the summer. I wouldn't be surprised if we do indeed break that record. We'll find out. All right, gang, we're going to sign off on this Saturday evening. Thank you for watching. You will see me again on the television side of things on Wave News at 11 after the Olympic trials. We got all kinds of sports on tonight. So make sure you tune in after the Olympic trials sign off. And we will be back here tomorrow morning on Sunrise and right here in the Wave Weather Now studios tomorrow evening around the same time, around 7:15, 7:30. So hope you tune in. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. And may the rain lottery be in your favor on Sunday and on Wednesday. That's going to do it for tonight. I will talk to you guys later. Take care.